Okay. Now if you look first, don't be in a hurry to cut the brain. Okay. Just let's look at what we can recognize. Here we are seeing the meninges, which is the dura mater, right? Nice and tough and thick, and you'll see how it is very thick in the center between the two cerebrums, and here between the cerebrum and the cerebellum. So here's your cerebellum. You can see the gyri sulci. And for a lot of you who asked me, where is the vermis, where is the vermis? See, this region is the vermis, right here, okay, between the two hemispheres. Okay. We are going to turn it upside down, and upside down, when you turn it, you will see the olfactory, you will see the optic chiasma, the X created by the optic nerves. Everybody sees that? You are also seeing a very, very nice pituitary gland here. See? And around the pituitary gland, you had studied the sella turcica when you did the bones. So this little soft bone you're seeing here, spongy bone, is really the sella turcica. The pituitary gland sits in it. Okay. Now, there are olfactory tracts here, bulbs and tracts, but you have to begin getting this dura mater out. Now you're going to have to use a scissor, and you're going to cut the dura mater. And when you cut it, eventually this is how it's going to come out. You can see how tough it is. You know, that's why I call the tough mother. Okay. Now, once you peel it, this is what it's going to look like. Now this one has been peeled and sitting out for last 4 days. Now these are the blood vessels you're seeing, and the blood vessels that you're seeing are with the pia mater, really. Okay, the pia mater, the arachnoid matter is on top, and then the blood vessels are with the pia mater. Okay, you can see the bumps, which are the gyri, and the grooves, which are the sulci. Okay, here is the central sulcus. See the headband, if you put a headband on the sheep, it would be right here. Okay, longitudinal fissure, nice and clean. Okay, now if we turn it around, see, you can see your olfactory bulbs and tracts. Sheep has a nice strong sense of smell. You know, that's why they have nice and well developed olfactory tracts. Okay, let me just go ahead and cut this. Okay. Now you're going to take it's not a very sharp scalpel, but don't use it like a saw. Okay, make a nice smooth cut, and when you cut it in half, this is what it would look like. Okay. Some things we can recognize right away. We can see the arbor vitae, right? Nice tree-like branching structure on the cerebellum. Okay, in front of the cerebellum, you will see a fourth ventricle. Right here is the fourth ventricle. Coming down, you can even trace the cerebral aqueduct really coming down all the way. Okay, let's come up here. This is the medulla. You can see the big pons. Even from the outside, this big bump is the pons. Okay. So you're seeing the pons, okay, the midbrain region. This is your thalamus. See these two rounded structures? Your switchboard, your relay center, that's the thalamus. Now, before you cut the whole thing open, and as you remove this membrane, once you've done that, this is the transverse fissure. You want to turn this and you want to bend it. And when you bend it, see, do you see this, the 4-lobe-like structure? That's the corpora quadrigemina. You will see 4 lobes, 2 big ones and 2 small. See? Definitely look at the corpora quadrigemina. Okay? That's your auditory and visual reflexes. Okay? So you see it a lot better here on this model than you do on the actual models. Right? Okay? What you saw on the actual model was just half of it on the side here. Right? What you saw in the model was right here. Now come here. We see the lateral ventricles, nice and big cavities that you're seeing. Okay. The corpus callosum, the band of myelinated axons, right? Okay, that are running commissural fibers that we call. Now, just outside the corpus callosum, let's see our emotional brain on our sheep. And it's right here. This is the cingulate gyrus, right? This region, the first little bump that you see just outside the corpus callosum. Okay. The pineal gland is right here. It's a very, very small gland just where the lateral ventricle ends. That's where you see the pineal gland. It's slightly darker in color. Okay. Now here, this is the corpora quadrigemina, and so you will see the pineal gland on top of it right here. Okay. these are the basic structures. Now the ones we will ask you on your test will be very, very basic. They are not going to be something that's very difficult. It's just for us to see that yes, you were here, you dissected, you understood what you were looking at. Okay? If you know, and I'll come around and I'll check how you're doing. Okay? So that's our sheep brain. Let's look at the cow's eye. Cow's eye, when we look at it, first of all, you will see there is a lot of fat, you know, for protection around the socket of the eye. See, this is all fat if you're looking at it here. Now here, do you see there is a very small nerve? This one doesn't have a very big, but look at this optic nerve. Okay, it's very hard. If you squeeze on it, it's very, very hard. Okay, that's the optic nerve entering the eye.
Looks pretty big.
Yeah, isn't it? And that's going to go here and form that optic chiasma, right? The same one. This is a cow's eye and sheep brain, but if we combine them, you know, okay. Now, let's look if this one has a lacrimal gland left.
Sheep moves.
The sheep's tears. Okay. Some of them, the lacrimal gland was cut out. This is all fat. This is fat. Yeah, this one, I don't see a lacrimal gland here. This one, yeah, this is not fat. This is a lacrimal gland. Okay. Now, if you look at the cow's eye, it's been in a solution, so that's why the cornea is so cloudy. Whereas the cow couldn't see if it was that cloudy. Okay. So the cornea is nice and clear. It is this transparent layer we are going to see. Now, you're going to make a cut. I don't want to waste one more eye. You're going to make a cut. Now remember, do not squeeze as you're cutting because it's going to squirt. Okay, so just hold it as you're cutting and then you make an incision and go in a circle. Okay, now when you go in a circle and you open it, you might see a lens sitting right in here, or the lens might stay back there, but it would look something like this. So this is the lens we are seeing, nice and hard like a marble. This is the iris with its smooth and longitudinal muscles. See how it resembles the colored contact lenses on which they mimic these muscles, right? Radiating out. And the hole inside you're seeing is the pupil, right? No problems with this? The lens. Now, when you do this, there is going to be a jelly-like fluid which is all gone here. The moment you cut, I will show it to you, that will plop out, and that is the vitreous humor. The aqueous humor was right here and you can't even find it. It's right here between the lens and the cornea. Okay, so you won't see that one. But the vitreous humor is a jelly-like fluid. It's like transparent gelatin and it will plop out. Now when you plop that out, there will be a layer. Maybe I do need to cut this because I can't even show you the retina here. Okay, it's not going to squirt. Don't worry, it's not squirting. Okay, nice circle. If anybody has ever tasted coconut milk, you know, or the water from the coconut, you cut the coconut like that. Okay, see this? Now as we open it, see this jelly-like fluid? Okay, the retina is already coming apart here on this one. See this jelly-like fluid, right? And that jelly-like fluid is the vitreous humor that came out. Now this retina usually is all attached. See this retina? It's like this. It's the innermost layer, see? Okay, it has the rods and cones. It sits like this. Okay, I took a deeper cut. I should have done a little superficial cut. It would have, you know, a little higher up there. Okay, so this is the vitreous humor, the jelly-like fluid you're seeing. This is the retina. Okay. Now, if I remove this retina, I begin to take off this retina. You see the nice shiny layer inside? Okay. That shiny portion that you are seeing is the tapetum lucidium. Okay. Tapetum lucidium. This is what gives the animal night vision. You know, and that's why the eyes shine in headlights. Now, where the retina is not leaving the eyeball, that's the blind spot. There are no rods and cones on that retina. That's where the optic nerve is leaving. Right next to that, do you see the black spot? The little black hole? That's your fovea centralis. point of maximum 20/20 vision. Okay, right next to the optic nerve, no? That's why, see how we say, oh, it was in the blind spot, right? So this is your maximum vision and right next to it is the blind spot. The black layer that you're seeing, the black surrounding background which is black in color, is the choroid. So the white of the eye is the sclera, then you have the choroid layer which is the black, and then the innermost layer is this one that we looked at, the retina. Make sense? This is, now let's look at this. When this is your vitreous humor, right? And when you remove the vitreous humor, when you begin to get this lens out, you will actually see the suspensory ligaments breaking as you get the lens out. Okay? So pretty neat, right? Okay, so let's go